friends, Merry Christmas. December 25, 12:30 p.m. We're in Central Park and we're looking at a little bit of the ice at the reservoir. You can see a ring of white around the reservoir from where the water froze overnight. '25th of December, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you're joining, I just saw Prince Ice and I saw JK and I saw JK mention Colleen, so I know Prince Ice, JK, and Colleen are here. If you said hello before that, I didn't see it, so say hello again. But Merry Christmas to everybody. And of course, a very happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, no matter what you're celebrating this year. But we're here in Central Park on Christmas Day. Prince Ice says, Merry Christmas, but I'm already past Christmas. You are coming to us from the future, Prince Ice. Ooh, lots of ice. We will continue to be careful as we walk around, as careful as we can. Good to see everybody. I was walking over here. A lot of the restaurants are closed. Give the employees a day off. I'm thankful for that. And the streets were really empty, but then once I got to the park, lots of people here. So obviously people choosing to celebrate the day with a little exercise in the park. William Brooklyn, good to see you. Checking in from Brooklyn. John W. wishing us Merry Christmas. Hey, thank you. And as similar to yesterday, if anybody was on, RoboJax is here, I see. Similar to yesterday, I'm pretty bundled up, got some gloves on, so I'm not going to do as much scrolling. So if I miss your chat, please be understanding. Do my best. Mostly going to be focused on getting you some good views in the park. So like I said, since it looks like about 20 more people just joined, we're at the reservoir, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. Check out, there's a ring of ice all around the reservoir. It's really beautiful. That's what the white is. So it looks like little splashes that went up against the rim of the reservoir, froze overnight. It's really pretty. And there are some birds, so we'll see some birds as we go around. And we were talking about Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis yesterday because she has a beautiful plaque in Grand Central Terminal. The reservoir here named in her honor. But again, want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. Hope everybody's day is off to a strong start. Let us know what you have going on today. What did Santa deliver? Do you have a good meal lined up? The beautiful El Dorado across the way. And when we turn around the bend up ahead, I'll give you guys a nice view of Central Park South and Billionaires Row. Oh, it's a beautiful day. So yesterday was 15 degrees. Today the sun is out and it's 25 degrees. Prince Ice, that's precisely correct. You said it, my friend, you said it. good vibes, especially today. It's a beautiful day. Merry, merry to everybody. 'Tis the season. Gonna probably see a lot of families having a family walk today, which is nice. And we're really gonna stick in Central Park today. The streets are so empty. It's a relatively beautiful day, even with the cold. So we're just gonna have a nice walk around Central Park, see some of the sights. Hopefully we'll see a little music. Hopefully somewhere there will be some music. Fingers crossed. Once we turn the corner, I'll give you guys some nice panoramic views. These little darker patches are ice. Thin ice, but we're going to try not to slip today. If you want to see me slipping, if you look up any of my reservoir videos from when it snows, I think 100% of the time I slip at least once in every video. I don't usually fall down, and the gimbal does a good job of hiding it. Those are a little Easter egg for you to find. You can probably hear it. Suke checking in from Santa Fe, New Mexico, says blueberry waffles to start the day. Merry to all. Oh, that sounds delightful. Very delightful. Enjoy. All right, let's find a good spot here so I can give you guys some panoramic views. Ooh, lots of people here today. It's so funny, like I was saying before, a lot of restaurants are closed and the streets around the Upper East Side very empty today. But this is where everybody's at. Oh, there's a good view. Hold on, hold on. Ooh. Scott Briggs playing some Coltrane. Check this out. Beautiful. Prince Ice says this year was all about the cake. Had one of the best cakes in years. Ooh, I have to cover my eyes. It is so sunny. So I'm facing now south. That is Central Park South in the distance and Billionaire's Row. And it is so sunny. A little bit of nature. I see Ambrose. If you guys want to see a cool video, after ours, of course, Nabul, who many of you know from the chats, went live today from Saint-Tropez and did a little carriage ride. Very picturesque. So, and they had some beautiful skies there. So if you want to check out another video after ours, check out Nabul and his live stream from earlier today. I see Dusty Cole wishing us all a Merry Christmas. Good to see you, Dusty. We are here in Central Park. It's very windy. So it's sunny and it's 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, but the wind is maybe just because it's so much more open over here. Actually a lot windier than yesterday. Preston, I see you, Pizza Man. Merry, merry to all. Gonna enjoy ourselves a little walk in Central Park today. Starting to see the beautiful El Dorado in the distance along Central Park West. Donna's here, good to see you. Beautiful blue skies here in New York City. So not really a white Christmas, but here on the reservoir, because there's a lot of water collects up here, we do have some ice. So we'll call that our white Christmas in New York City. That'll be our white Christmas. And around the corner, I'll show one more time, the rim of the reservoir froze over as water splashed up throughout the night. So there's these beautiful ice kind of, I forget what the right word is, stalactite. What's the one where they're on the ground as opposed to on the ceiling? RJ, too much cheer even for Nightbot. Nightbot, you gotta cool off. Gotta cool off. These are the pump houses for the reservoir, the north pump houses. There's a south pump house as well. RJ. Yeah, last night was quite cold. Quite cold. We were good for a couple hours, but at that last half hour, I hit my limit, and we had so many people in the watching. Lisa was encouraging me, hey, if you're gonna start heading home, you know, might as well just keep walking north. But the thing about really severe cold is it drains the battery. So I was out of juice. And then when I went to disassemble everything, you know, put it away, had to take my gloves off to do that, and my hands lasted about 2 minutes before I said, nope, gotta get inside. All right, let me show you the ice that's been collecting over here overnight. The sun is pretty strong over on this side. Along the western side where the sun didn't hit, there's actually a lot more ice. One of the beautiful bridges here. I think we'll walk around just a little bit more of the reservoir, and then we'll head into the park proper. I see you asking what location is this specifically. So we are at the north end of the Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. There's a nice track that runs around the reservoir, so you see lots of runners here. This is where my wife and I come frequently to get a little exercise. Beautiful water view and the sound of the water, and lots of wildlife assemble here. Well, Robin, we had gloves that were doing perfectly fine. It was just when I needed to put stuff away, went gloveless for a couple minutes, and whew, too cold. I see Sally. Always good to see you, Sally. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, whoever is celebrating. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy holidays. Again, coming up the beautiful El Dorado. Many people ask, so there's a similar looking building farther south at the lake. That's the San Remo. And then there's another 2-tower building, but it doesn't have the kind of ornate top, a little further south than the San Remo, and that's the Majestic. So Central Park West is covered in these really beautiful 2-tower buildings. Obviously the Dakota and many other beautiful buildings as well. Patricia saw a video earlier today at the FDR flooded. Oh, I don't know about that. I have not been out in that direction. And I was saying before a lot of you joined, as I walked over to the park, a lot of the streets on the Upper East Side are totally empty, no cars. A lot of the restaurants are closed, which I'm kind of thankful for, so folks get a day off, be with their families, or just a day of rest. And there really weren't any people out even walking because it's so cold, but then once we got to the park, tons of people. So everybody has decided. Ooh, lots of ice here. Slippery. Everybody's decided to get out of the house, get out of the spacious New York City apartment and head over to the park for a little stroll. I see Nana. Sally got Popeyes. We love those biscuits. Scott says, I think the River Cafe in Brooklyn is open today for dinner, but oh my God, the prices. I assume it's prefix, right? What does dinner run there? If you've seen any of our Brooklyn Bridge videos, we try to always show the River Cafe. It's really beautiful. It's a fancy restaurant. I've never been there. Kind of special occasion spot. Probably a lot of holidays and I bet a lot of engagements happen there. Bill Foley's here from Scranton, Pennsylvania. Good to see you, Bill. Merry Christmas.
Yes.
That's exactly right, Dusty. That is exactly right. Scott says, thinks it's about $200 to $350 for Christmas and New Year's Eve dinner. Jeez. I mean, I guess I'm not really surprised. You know, that's for high-end New York City. But, you know, if you took a family of 4. All right, let's head into the park. Let's head into the park, folks. Lots to see today. Like I said, when it's this cold, the battery drains a little faster, so I want to get you a variety of sights. One last view of the El Dorado before we start moving down. The fanciest dinner Lisa and I ever had in New York City. It's not open anymore, but it was called Del Posto. And I'll tell you 2 stories about Del Posto. One, well, I'll tell you 3. First, it was so beautiful. It was this Art Deco space, and I love that vibe, that style. It's so beautiful. Number 2, I ordered a martini. It was called a Sub-Zero martini, and they took the you know, everything was frozen. It was delicious and brisk. And then number 3, funniest of all, they gave Lisa a little stool to put her purse on. I will never forget that. Patricia asks, have we ever walked around the whole Central Park? So Patricia, we've done that many times, including on video, and we've done it in 2 formats. So we've walked the drives of Central Park, which is a series of roads. This is the West Drive. But it actually runs in a continuous loop around Central Park. It's 6 miles long. I have a few videos of that. And then the second format is I've walked the perimeter of the park on video a couple times. So if you go into my channel page, go to the search, and type Central Park. I mean, I probably have 100 videos from Central Park at this point, but you look for the loop or the drives, and if you look for the perimeter, you should find a few videos of that. And those are all about probably 2.5 hours long, so if you want a nice long video, there you go. But Central Park in general is probably the place I film the most. It's my favorite place in New York City, and it's practically our backyard. Ambrose says, that sounds fancier than the Olive Garden Times Square, but the Olive Garden Times Square, you can pay $400. Ball drop. Maybe one year we'll do a fundraiser for that, Ambrose. Patricia, always wanted to, but feel like I would get lost because Central Park is so huge. So the drives is a great way to do it without getting lost, or the perimeter. If you just do random trails in Central Park, yeah, it can be easy, but I'll show you a tip in a second. Let's see if we can find I don't see any light poles. I'll show you a light pole in a second. That's the secret to avoid getting lost in Central Park, is you find a light pole. And I'll show you why when we find one. We're on the bridle path, which doesn't have as much infrastructure. But when we get out of here, I'll show you one. Scott Briggs says, I'm glad Duncan was open for me. I hope you wish them a very Merry Christmas. Let's see if this pole has one so I can show you really. Yep. So Patricia, and to anybody interested, if you go in Central Park and you're not sure where you are, you find a light pole, and most of them will have either a little silver plaque or they'll have the stencil. And this is W8602, which means W means west, so we're on the west side of the park, and 86th Street. 86 means we're the closest cross street is 86th. So if you ever get lost in Central Park, just look for a light pole. It'll say W for west, it'll say E for east. There's a handful that say C when you're in the very middle of the park. Cosmo's here. Feliz Navidad to you as well. Always good to see you, Cosmo. Hope all's well. Merry, Merry. So this one, W85, since we're walking south. Over here on our left, the Arthur Ross Pine Tum, so lots of beautiful pine trees. So like I said, no master plan here today. We're just going to explore Central Park a bit. I thought it was so empty out as I made my way over here, so it was so surprising to see just how many people had the same idea. Beautiful Christmas walk today in the park. So I think, why don't we head over to Belvedere Castle, and then we'll go from there. so sunny today, and I'm walking directly to the sun. Robojacks, it is 843 acres, and there are certain parts that look pretty similar. So yeah, people definitely do get lost. There's a couple areas like the North Woods, and in the middle of the park, where we're headed next, is an area called the Ramble, which is kind of a sort of forested area. And there's no straight lines in those. They're all twists and turns. So yeah, you can very easily get lost. This was one of the plaques I was mentioning. This one doesn't have the W or E, but it says 8415. So at least you know you're near 84th Street. Scott Briggs got the official number there, 225 prefix for Christmas, 225. All right, let's go head over to the Great Lawn for a second. So if you guys were on our live stream a few days ago, when Winter Storm Elliott came into the city, I was trying to get here to the Great Lawn to see the geese, and all of a sudden, the most intense wind and hail attacked us, so we had to turn around. But check it out, all the geese are here hanging out. For whatever reason, they love this lawn. So let's go say hi to the geese. The lawn itself is closed, which probably has something to do with why they like it. Elma's here, Merry Christmas. Let me get a close-up of the geese. For some reason, they love it over here. There's so many of them. One thing we're hoping to see on our little walk today is Tavern on the Green. And I forget exactly, but Justin Norell, one of our viewers, was either going to have, was it lunch today or tomorrow? I forget. But they had some beautiful decorations over there, so hopefully we'll see that in a little bit. There's so many. And they're honking away. I mean, there's hundreds of them. And if you've been watching us for a long time, we saw some of the babies many months ago. All grown up. Coming up on the Delacorte Theater, where they do Shakespeare in the Park. A sign just read, "Lawn closed for the season." as I was saying, they do Shakespeare in the Park here. There's a couple of statues, one of Romeo and Juliet, one of the Tempest. And very importantly, public restroom. ICU was asking what was the name of the subdivision that was raised for Central Park. So obviously Central Park is very big. It goes from 59th Street to 110th. So, you know, like two and a half miles long. So, but the one you're probably thinking of specifically was called Seneca Village, largely African American. And the government used eminent domain to take the land. It's kind of in this area, kind of all around us. And the park has been doing a good job of putting up informational signs and maps and sharing the history of it, because that's kind of the least we can do at this point, is share the history. Gonna go visit Belvedere Castle, but we have to be super careful because we can see the ice. Lots of ice. So we must be super, super careful. I see Gregory Kelly. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. All right, we got to be super careful here. Oh, lots of ice. I'm amazed they haven't come and salted this. And of course we're walking right into the sun, so it's like a combination of the worst. Hi, Gregory. Well, I gave Caleb a present last night. Sort of a combo Christmas Hanukkah. One of the themes my beautiful wife Lisa has been developing for him is animal themed. And one of them is the giraffe. So I got him this little giraffe that attaches to the brand of pacifiers we're using. So hopefully he'll enjoy that. And of course he is all dressed up for the holidays. Here we are, Belvedere Castle. Beautiful. But he got many presents this year from us and from family. Lots of blankets, lots of warm and cozy things for the season. Let's go get a view of Turtle Pond frozen over. Miguel is here, wishing us a Merry Christmas from Ecuador. Hey, good to see you, Miguel, and Merry Christmas. Annie Mike is here, and my beautiful wife Lisa has just joined, which probably means our little dude has been a handful for a little bit. This is Turtle Pond. I wonder where the turtles go. I see some ducks, but I wonder where the turtles go. Lisa says Caleb is no longer dressed for the holidays. Uh-oh, so we must have had, he's in his spit up phase. So, had a wardrobe change. If anybody's, we keep talking about it, but if anybody's watching the Apple cartoon TV show Central Park, the main family lives in this as their home. It's so funny. But it's served as a weather station. Oh, and I guess fun fact. So the day we were here, so I guess, what, 2 days ago? The YouTube live title was something like Winter Storm Elliott arrives in Central Park. I was telling you guys when I first got out it was 45 degrees, but that morning it was like 55 degrees in New York. And by night, it went down to 8 or 9 degrees. And here at Central Park, they measured it as the greatest single day swing in temperature in, I forget exactly what, but it's like since like 1893. I mean, something crazy like that. So they still do weather readings here. Isn't that crazy? So that's Winter Storm Elliott for you. Andy Mike, at the moment we're live, but you can always watch us on replay. Oh, I see Lynn D. Good to see you. Mary. Seeing lots of friendly faces in the chat today. Good to see everybody. Just gonna have a beautiful little walk today in Central Park. And as empty as the city looked outside of the park, turns out lots of people had the same idea. It's a nice sunny day, 25 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, Ambrose, there's only 2 buildings that predate the park still in the park. One we walk by quite often, the Arsenal, which now serves as headquarters to the Parks Department and sits in the Central Park Zoo. And then there's like a regimental building somewhere. What, I forget the name of it. I think it's on the north end of the park. But basically everything else in Central Park is man-made and came, you know, designed specifically for the park, I mean. Obviously man-made, but designed for the park. Ooh, they put lots of barricades up so that people don't go into the water. And you'll see lots of these red wooden devices. This is in case somebody falls into the water to help pull them out. Like I said, we were just over there. This is called Turtle Pond. And if anybody knows where the turtles go, let me know. Ambrose, yes, the blockhouse. Thank you for that. Let's go take a look at Cleopatra's Needle and then we'll head south. One of my Christmas presents from Lisa is she got me a membership to Central Park, so I still need to learn all of what that entails. But I guess I am now officially a member of the park. I think for the most part it just helps to support the park. Probably some member events. But it's one of our favorite places, so just contributing to it is present enough for me. Sal's here. There are, you can ride bikes on the drives. You do sometimes see people on the paths, but I believe you're supposed to walk your bike on the paths. But there is a 6-mile loop around the park that we were talking about a little while ago, and you can ride bikes on that. This is Cleopatra's Needle, otherwise known as the Obelisk. Merry Christmas, Sal, to you and yours. Just beyond this, this is Greywacke Arch, is the Met, my favorite museum. Lynn says the turtles go down into the mud where it doesn't quite freeze and they kind of hibernate. Interesting. It's so funny because during the summer they like to sit in the sun. So I was really curious what happens in the winter. They must hate the winter. They're kind of sunbathers. It's the funniest thing when you see like a log, there'll be a line of them.
Ta main droite dans ta poche, comme ça c'est encore plus chaud.
Tout va bien, on arrive à 450 mètres.
Lots of construction going on here by the Met. Gonna go to Alice in Wonderland next. Beautiful sculpture, and I can't wait for it to snow because it looks, that particular sculpture in the snow is so beautiful. Really looks like something out of a fairy tale. Andy, I think the Met has a parking garage, but I could not begin to tell you how much it costs. Amy B, Merry Christmas. Nabul, I was at the very beginning talking about your channel today, and that you had a very lovely Christmas video, Christmas live stream today.
Well, okay.
Thanks for hopping on. LL is here, and Amy, thank you for stumbling upon our humble little channel. Just doing a little Christmas Day walk here in Central Park. If you have ever thought of taking a carriage ride in Saint-Tropez, Nabul has you covered. Well, Andy, we will do the walking for you. Coming up on Glade Arch, there's all sorts of bridges and arches throughout the park. So beautiful. Usually, on nicer days, there will be often musicians because the sound quality under these arches is so great, nice echoes. But too cold, I guess. I'm hoping we might see at least one musician today, but it is awfully cold still. Look, family all dressed for Christmas Day. Sloy is here from Siberia. Yeah, it's 25 Fahrenheit, so it's probably shorts weather for you. Coming up to one of my favorite sites in the park. Alice in Wonderland sculpture, but conservatory water, otherwise known as the model sailboat pond during the summer days. I thought those dogs were about to be friends, but I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, Nabul, it was spontaneous. That was part of the fun of it. Heard you negotiating. That was fun. But the sound, that was good fun. Diana Lee is here. Good to see you. Mary. LL is in Winnipeg, -26. Oof. Oof. Well, today is much better than yesterday. I actually have, I can take one of my hands out now and then. Not all the time, so I can't do much scrolling, but I can zoom a little here and there. Yesterday I couldn't take my hand out at all. It was too cold. Lots of ice. Lots of ice. All ice here. Some of it with the sun is starting to melt a little bit, but you got to be super careful. I'm trying not, would really prefer not to slip today. Lisa will have to call somebody to come and find me, sprawled out. So the conservatory water looks to be frozen over. There is a Le Pont over there. It's a nice place to have coffee or lunch. But I have to imagine it is closed today for the holidays. Southern view is Central Park South. That's 432 Park Avenue on the left. Towers of Billionaires Row. Let's go take a look at Alice in Wonderland, though. And as we make our way around the park, lots of beautiful views here today. It's so fun to see all the families out. My guess is that a lot of folks were cooped up yesterday and did a lot of their family time. Today they said, hey, let's go take a walk. Like I was saying before, I can't wait for it to snow. This is going to look so beautiful in the snow. Oh, I love it here. This is one of my favorite areas in the park. Again, it's called the Conservatory Water. AKA the model sailboat pond. So we just saw Alice in Wonderland, and then just up ahead over here is a statue of Hans Christian Andersen. Let's go say hi to Hans. On warmer days, sometimes you'll see those bubble guys, musicians, etc. But today is really just about the park itself. Maybe we'll see at at Bethesda if there's any entertainers. But it seems like it's too cold for entertainers today. Yeah, the water is frozen. I don't know how thick it's frozen, but Ambrose, that's that's what I was suggesting. Yeah, and I was saying there's all these, in case somebody falls in, you go and grab that to pull them out. Oh my God, look at those guys. Those are, what are they thinking? Oh my, I don't think I noticed that. I can't believe it. I cannot believe what they're doing. Oh, that looks so bad. Please, please don't do what these people are doing. Oh my God. All right, I don't want to watch them. That's too stupid. Do what they're doing. It's been cold for like 24 hours. It's not been cold for days and days and days. That seems awfully stupid, if you ask me. Awfully stupid. There's a police car and a bunch of people around, so hopefully they'll be taken care of shortly. I try to not be overly judgmental, but that is not smart. And it's unfair to people around them who will feel obligated to rescue them. Low Boathouse over here unfortunately closed because the park and the city and the previous owner, I guess, couldn't reach an agreement. Too cold for rowboats, but yeah, Ambrose, that was like they're really asking for trouble. It's not something I care to witness. So we're now by the lake. We started by the reservoir. This is the lake. Beautiful lake. Lots of bodies of water today. And overlooking the lake, the San Remo apartments and the Majestic on the left. Miker says must be hard to swim with ice skates. I don't want to find out. I don't want to see that or find out. I assume there must be some legitimate place to play ice hockey in New York City, if anybody knows. And we now see why at Turtle Pond they put those barriers up, because I guess if you don't, people I mean, they're up for a reason. Oh, one of my favorite views in the park. Yeah, I mean, but they'll do what they want, but I can't watch that. That just seems... It's, I guess I've switched to dad mode with a little kiddo at home. Don't want to see that go badly. Coming up on Bethesda Fountain. Lots of folks out. So this is where I thought we may see some entertainers or something, so I guess we'll find out. Yeah, it sounds like there's some music in the arcade, so we'll go there in a minute. But let's check out the water for a bit at the lake. Get some nice water views. Yeah, as I was saying, it's just not been that cold that long, so I don't think it's the ice is very thick. Low boathouse we were just looking at. Beautiful. And we were talking about earlier about getting lost in the park and the ramble. This is the ramble over here. And again, there's lots of twists and turns in there. Very easy to get lost in if you're not super familiar with it, but fun to get lost in during the daytime. And for those of you who are on earlier, I taught you the trick about how not to get lost. Well, I'll tell you, the funniest thing I've seen in New York City in terms of unsafe things for kids growing up is on Governor's Island. There's the funniest thing. It's sort of like a, what would you call it? Sort of like a garbage dump. And it's got all sorts of wood and metal, rusted things, different objects, and it's intended to be used as sort of a playground. But you have to, I forget the name of it. If anybody can find it, it's probably pretty easy to find on Google, and there's hilarious pictures of it. But the thing is, you have to sign a waiver to go in. Super funny. It's probably the sort of thing I would have wanted to play with as a kid, but it doesn't necessarily mean I want to watch somebody play in it. Oh, it's so funny though. Lots of ice here in the park. Super slippery today. All right, let's head into the arcade, see what the entertainment is. Beautiful. Should we stay for one song? beautiful. Oh, it must be so cold. Must be so cold. I've seen them before, so I have in my YouTube. I'll get their name later so I can share with you guys. Above us, let me just get out of the way, are the beautiful Minton tiles here in the Bethesda Arcade. It's so beautiful. Beautiful. Again, I'll get the name later. We've seen them a few times in the park. They're really good. So that hopefully we can donate. That was perfect to end on, huh? A Merry Christmas to all. All right, let's go head up. I think we will walk down the mall. And then I want to head west and see what Tavern on the Green is looking like today. Ooh, there's ice everywhere. If you're out in New York City today, be careful. Mall and Literary Walk, Naumburg Bandshell on our left. Most of the lawns are closed for the season, but Sheep Meadow is over on our right. And on just the other side of Sheep Meadow, like I said, is Tavern on the Green, so we'll head over there in a little bit. Go see the decorations and what's going on over there. Looks like some of the art vendors are out. Not too many of them, so the ones that are open are doing brisk business, huh? Good for them. Yeah, Diana Lee. It's the last couple days hard to stream because I want to stare at the screen and read the chat, but I have to watch the ground a little more than usual.
Cool. And so I'm on your watch and starting
So at the beginning, Sue Kay told us she was having kicking the Christmas day off with some blueberry waffles. Let us know what you're having. What's on the menu for today? Beautiful Christmas music. Takes real serious stamina to play an instrument like that with this wind. Wow. On our left, person takes your photograph with a vintage Polaroid. That's a pretty good idea. Scott Briggs' plan is a bit of a brunch, bagels, coffee, etc. That sounds lovely. Rolo's here. Merry Christmas. Good to see you, friend. Women's rights pioneers. We're singing Feliz Navidad. Let's go say hi to Shakespeare. Haven't done that in a while.
And
Hey Mo, good to see you. Merry Christmas. Oh, sorry. So I don't think we can afford a bench in the park, but maybe one of these stones one day. Wonder what those run for. Shakespeare. Have you guys met my friend Bill? Sounds like Christian's inviting everybody over for brisket. You have to be okay that it was cooked in a filing cabinet. All right, let's head to the west. Let's go see Tavern on the Green. In addition to your meal plans, I would also love to know what Christmas movies you guys are watching. We did watch that Spirited, the new Ryan Reynolds, Will Ferrell movie, which is kind of a play on Christmas Carol. It was okay. A lot of the music was pretty good, but it kind of felt pretty long. I think it was like 30 minutes too long. But it was pretty fun. Hey, Al's here. Dorg Rock, hey, good to see you. It's been a minute. This is Indian Hunter. And we're right next to the volleyball courts, but oddly enough, there's nobody playing volleyball today. Photos, our good friend is here. Claws is a good animated film on Netflix. I'll have to check that out. That's an animated one, right? If I remember. I don't think I've seen that though. I've said it before, I'll say it again. One of my very favorites is The Muppet Christmas Carol. It's so funny. Great music. But the acting is so good. Basically, any halfway decent adaptation of A Christmas Carol is pretty good, but I really like A Muppet Christmas Carol. Gremlins. Oh, that's so funny. LL going with the classic. Home Alone 2. Yeah, I gotta rewatch that with the kiddo. I probably haven't seen that in at least a decade. This is Sheep Meadow on our right. Fun to look up old pictures. Look up old photos of Sheep Meadow Central Park. And you can actually see them running the sheep to do the landscaping. Ooh, I got a second vote on Muppets from Christian. Basically, the concept in that movie is I'll play Scrooge as if everybody around me is a human and it's not a Muppet movie. So the Muppets live in the Muppet universe. Scrooge lives in totally normal universe, and it's that the back and forth of that is so funny. So funny. And then on top of that, the music's pretty good. Be another classic, Elf, and another good New York movie. I thought we'd see a couple of votes for Die Hard. Ooh. Crunching ice. I agree, Diana. I agree. Lots of pups out today. Look like they're enjoying the cold weather. Lisa's vote is The Holiday. And Christian, yes, with probably the all-time classic, It's a Wonderful Life. Very true. But you have to watch it in black and white, none of that fake color. Pretty sure that one's on Amazon Prime. Though, I wonder if that one's in the public domain, so maybe it's on all the sites. If you're into really old movies, my other favorite, I mean, there's so many good classic movies, but I like It Happened on Fifth Avenue. If you can find that anywhere. Probably at your library. That's one of my favorites. Mo says, one of my friend's father-in-law plays the Swedish chef. That's so great. All right, it's too sunny here for the lights, but we can see the Christmas tree. And we can stare at the people dining wistfully. Yeah, Halfay's, we are in Central Park, currently looking into Tavern on the Green. Try to put my puppy dog eyes on, see if anybody will invite me to their table. And I forget if it was yesterday or today or tomorrow, but our good friend Just Norell may be in there as we speak. I just forget exactly which day, but I thought she said Christmas lunch or Christmas Eve lunch at Tavern on the Green, so we wish her an absolutely spectacular meal that we can't wait to hear about. And if you're visiting the park, public restrooms. Let's go see the front of Tavern on the Green, see how the decorations are today. Very lovely, classy. Everybody send good Christmas wishes to Justin Norell. Hopefully having an epic New York trip. And there's the Ghostbusters theme. If anybody remembers the scene at Tavern on the Green. And if anybody wants to watch a carriage ride again, check out Nabul's live stream from earlier today. He took a carriage ride in Saint-Tropez. Absolutely stunning and spontaneous. Let's continue our little walk around the park. We're going to head south and east. Go check out my favorite place, the pond. And who knows, maybe we'll see how the battery's doing. Maybe we'll see a little of Fifth Avenue. Why not? It's Christmas. Why not? It's Christmas. These hills, when it does finally get a real snow here, will be covered in snow and sledding children. But the best part is if you come really early in the morning, the parents bring the dogs out first because the kids are still sleeping and it takes them 2 hours to put their snowsuits on. My family loves to tell me from Detroit I would go visit from Texas. I would spend hours getting ready, which I presume means they were taking hours getting me ready. All bundled up, and then I would go outside for like 2 minutes and then demand to come in and have hot chocolate because it was too cold. So I think of that every year when I see that's 7, 8 a.m. The parents bring the dogs out first. The dogs go crazy in the snow. And then 10, 11, 12, that's when you start to see the kids come out. That's when you see the kids come out, and then they have a blast. So on the first snowy day, I always try to do 2 walks in Central Park. I try to do an early one, where you have it sort of to yourself, but seeing the dogs is fun. And then you go in the afternoon, early afternoon, 11 or 12, And you see the kids and the families, and it's a very different experience. It's so much fun. So we have that to look forward to, friends, in the coming weeks. Let's get some views of Central Park South. All right, let's start heading east. Go see the pond. And like I said, if we're still got juice, we may go see a little bit of Fifth Avenue. These are the Heckscher ball fields, along with Umpire Rock. Diana says, is Dad going sledding with young one? He's probably a little too young for the sled, but we do love taking him to Central Park, so we'll definitely do some walks and show him around. Probably point out the things that we'll be doing in the future. He's been a good sport with the cold temperatures so far. Ooh, lots of squirrels over here. Yeah, I'll try to get more views of the buildings up. Once we get to Gapstow Bridge, there's some spectacular views over there, so about 10 minutes from now. Though it depends on what's happening at the Woolman ice skating rink. If there's ice skating and not too much music, maybe we'll go watch that for a bit. Hey, John Burke. Good to see you, friend. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Diana Lee snowballs, yep. When the kids come out, you start to see those snowball fights for sure. And this area, this is kind of the kids area. Carousel to our left, lots of playgrounds over here.
Like put his hands through it.
Sorry, excuse me. Let's go this way today. Let's go check out the skating rink. And since a lot of people joined, since we shared it earlier, if you ever get lost in Central Park, you go to one of the light poles and you might find one of these plaques. This says 6237, so the first two digits tell us the nearest cross street in Manhattan, so that 62 means we're near 62nd Street. Then some of them have an E or a W to tell you which side of the park you're on. So if you ever get lost, look for a light pole. Obviously you can ask somebody, but you can always look for a light pole. on the Upper East Side at least. And then as I got closer to Central Park, I started to see so many people. And I think it's that all the families stayed inside yesterday because of how cold and windy and kind of nasty out it was from Winter Storm Elliott. And today they saw the sun come out and they said, we're going to the park. Gotta get out of here. All right, let's go. Whoa, lots of people at the ice skating rink. Let's go see if we can get a nice view. Might not be so easy. People might not be so easy.
Mensen jij? Huh?
Beautiful, huh? Let's go over to Gapstow Bridge and the pond, and then maybe we'll pop out and see a little bit of Fifth Avenue. 'Tis the season. Such a beautiful day today after yesterday. If you watch any of my recorded videos from the park recently, I have a lot of views from up here. But going the other direction, this is the dairy on our left, which is the gift shop and the visitor center. And I think there is a chance that we have lost the chat, which keeps happening with Prism these days. Perhaps my beautiful wife Lisa can text me to confirm that. Last thing I see is from Paul Fays. It's unfortunate. Ooh, lots of ice, super slippery. Let's make our way safely over to Gapstow Bridge. Let's see. It's such a nice day. We'll go see a little bit of Fifth Avenue for you guys for Christmas.
Really cool. Yeah.
Merry, merry. Merry, merry. Yep. We lost the chat. Well, such is life, you know. Part of the joy of live streaming is how unpredictable it all is. So we're kind of coming to the end, so I think rather than start over, I'll just narrate a little bit, get some good sights from the pond over here and Central Park South, and then we'll go do a little bit of Fifth Avenue Call it a wonderful Christmas day for everybody. And I will read all of your chats later today when I get home.
Okay.
I always do. Gapstow Bridge, one of the most beautiful in all of New York. Central Park. Ducks. I tried typing in the chat to see if that would help. It did not. Oh well. Let's just get some nice panoramas over here. This is Gapstow Bridge, Central Park South, along with the towers of Billionaires Row along 57th Street. Beautiful Essex house with the steam coming out. Plaza Hotel. General Motors building. A little bit of 432 Park Avenue peeking out. And of course the beautiful pond and lots of wildlife. Looks like the far end has frozen over a little bit, but the near end is still doing okay. So the ducks are enjoying themselves. Let's go down and see the ducks. And then we'll pop out at Grand Army Plaza and go see a little bit of Fifth Avenue. Probably going to be a lot of people and some buffering, but such a beautiful day. We might as well. First, let's go see the ducks. That's the postcard view right there. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Però vediamo dov'è che rimane.
Chodź, babiczka. Chodź, babiczka.
Just send a picture of the box.
Send us a picture of the box.
All right, let's walk around the pond, and then we'll head out, like I said, at Grand Army Plaza, and browse a little bit of Fifth Avenue. 'Tis the season. Beautiful day. Christmas Day here in New York City. We at least have to go see if Kevin McAllister is over at the Plaza Hotel, no? Let's go see if we can find Kevin. Dog on the run. Dog on the loose.
You're charging us $46.
Lisa just texted me that Jess Norell is in the chat. Jess Norell, we were at Tavern on the Green about, I don't know, half an hour ago.
Probably from yesterday.
And we were thinking of you. Wishing you such a Merry Christmas and hope you had a great meal. I couldn't remember which day, but I think it was possible that we I guess it's possible we were there with you. She's there. Oh, how perfect is that? So we said hello. We waved and said hello. Oh, I love it. That's so great. That is wonderful. I hope you have a really fantastic time. It looked so beautiful. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. This is Ancestor. They've been using this plaza here. It's called, I think, Doris Friedman Plaza, if I remember, to do interesting public art. Our favorite was a beautiful statue of Deanne Arbus, one of our favorite art. And let me walk and enter here, Grand Army Plaza. The one in next to Prospect Park, probably a little more famous, but we have a golden statue. So we just popped out of the park, heading into Fifth Avenue, which is to our left. This is Grand Army Plaza with a really nice view here. Check this out. I don't think that's too shabby. General Sherman here. But wasn't that framing nice? The Plaza Hotel. Beautiful over here. And for those of us celebrating Hanukkah, the world's largest menorah is in front of us. I have to start keeping an eye on the battery a little bit. We're coming to the end, but we will stay strong until the end. Sherry Netherland over on our left, Harry Cipriani. Upscale. Let's go see the menorah. Also a little manger scene here. Ooh, they did put the lights on here at the Pulitzer Fountain last night. Only some of the front decorations were lit up. I don't know how they decide when to turn all the lights on or not. But very lovely. Pulitzer Fountain. And if you're newer to our channel, check out some of my videos from this time last year. I think like possibly one of our very first kind of test live streams was Fifth Avenue during the holidays. So feel free to check that out if you'd like. Our humble beginnings. Okay, everybody, keep your eyes peeled. Let me know if you see Kevin. We're looking for Kevin McAllister. Possibly a limousine. Could be a steaming hot cheese pizza. His very own. I don't see him. Okay, well, we'll keep our eyes peeled. We'll keep looking out for him. Paris Theater, the gorgeous Paris Theater, and the Solo building to the right with the beautiful candy canes. And of course, Bergdorf Goodman. But if you want to see Bergdorf Goodman, check out our video from last night because the windows really pop at night with the lights. And there's always less glare. So if you want to see the Christmas windows at Bergdorf Goodman, check out our stream from last night. Let's go across the street. Can we do so? Yes, we have the light. Ooh, perfect. Perfect timing. And if anybody saw our stream the other day along Madison Avenue, architecture, these beautiful creative doghouses by the students at SVA. My favorite doghouse was of a soubrette cart. So fun. This is the real deal. Along with some of the Fifth Avenue decorations. When I came out this morning, the Upper East Side was ghost town. Nobody was out. And when you get to Fifth Avenue, it's like a totally different city. Apple Fifth Avenue here, we've got a bunch of carts. You can buy some purses on the ground. Let's go check out Dior, as well as the General Motors building. Looks like Dior is closed today, but we can check out the beautiful Star. Pretty, huh? Let's see if we can see it move. Sparkles. Beautiful. General Motors. Let's go take a look at the wreath. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. That's how you celebrate. Flanked by menorahs. And let's go see one of my really favorite Christmas sites in New York City. Though again, probably better at night. The UNICEF snowflake above 5th Avenue and 57th Street. Oh, let's see if they'll let me across. Thank you. Mary, Mary. This is the men's department at Bergdorf. The women's department has the real Christmas windows. And like I said, feel free to check out our stream. The very end of the stream last night, we went by the Bergdorf Christmas windows. They just look a lot better at night. Yeah, there's our snowflake, but awfully bright with the sun behind it.
Yeah.
Try to get a spot somewhere. Might need to cross the street again. Let's see. I think I can do it. Oh yeah, you got to see this one at night as well. But let's, I think let's go to Rockefeller. I think we'll finish by the Rockefeller Christmas tree. Yeah, you got to see the snowflake at night. It looks it's night and day, literally night and day.
Showcase, check it out, big sale.
But let's go head over to Rockefeller. Christmas Day. What better way to finish our stream than overlooking a beautiful Rockefeller tree? I can't think of anything better than that. What about you? Let's go do that. Happy Hanukkah. Harry Winston on our left, along with the St. Regis. And of course, across the street is the beautiful Peninsula Hotel. Beautiful. Just gorgeous everywhere you look. Many fabulous sights around here. Midtown, 5th Avenue, Coach on our left.
downtown still.
Looks like for the most part the shops are closed today. So it's just window shopping today. Ah, beautiful St. Thomas. Just window shopping today, friends. I guess you could do on-street shopping today. That is an option. And in fact, maybe your only option. That's so funny. Cartier. Very beautiful. Very beautiful. Busy, busy as we get nearer to Rockefeller. And of course the stunning St. Patrick's Cathedral. Lisa let me know S. Fields is here. That she and Dusty said some very kind words, so I'm grateful to you both. Thank you for being with us, celebrating and sharing a little bit of your Christmas Day along with us. Love getting to share these sites with you guys. Big part of the fun and why we do it. Ooh, there's so many people here. Tons of people here. Big day for legal and illegal street vendors. There's the Nuts for Nuts guy. And I gotta tell you, those things do smell as good in real life as you want them to smell. Delicious. All right, let's go try to see Atlas, and then I think we're gonna cut around a little bit just because of how busy it is. We have to be creative around here because of
Where?
network overload.
Those as well, right? They're good?
S. Fields wishing you a Merry Christmas. We didn't go to Strawberry Fields today, but we were awfully close. We were awfully close. Atlas. The other thing that always smells so good is Ralph's coffee. My gosh, that smells delicious. Mary, Mary. but no Ralph's coffee today. The best, though, of course, is the location at the Ralph Lauren Mansions on the Upper East Side, 72nd Street and Madison Avenue. When the coffee shop is open there, oh, glorious. Saks Fifth Avenue. And over here, they have blessedly blocked the streets for pedestrians. It's my favorite thing in the city. When we get it to ourselves. Again, there's probably going to be some buffering just because of how many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people are here. So we'll keep moving around. We have a little more battery, so I think what we'll do is let's go see the tree. We'll walk to 6th Avenue. We'll see a couple of sites, and then we'll finish on the other side of the tree. Okay, so probably, 10, 15 more minutes. Too beautiful. It's Christmas. We're having fun. Merry, merry to everybody. Happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa. Of course, this here is the Rockefeller Center Christmas tree. Looking very majestic today. And as many have pointed out, it's one of the more colorful trees in New York City. A lot of them have gone kind of classic, elegant white. But part of what makes the Rockefeller tree so pretty is the multiple colors. Everybody's come to get their picture taken. Look how many people. And the line over there is probably to, let's see, top of the rock, I think. Geez, that is quite a line. That is quite the line. How beautiful. Merry, merry. A Merry Christmas to everybody. Let's walk again. We'll walk down a little bit. We'll go see a few more Christmas sites at 6th Avenue, and then we'll come back. We'll loop around, and we will finish on the other side of the Rockefeller tree. Let's go see Radio City Music Hall. Let's go see 6th Avenue. And then we'll loop around. Lisa's letting me know our good friend Donna is on. Merry Christmas, Donna. Wishing you and all of our friends in Weaver, Alabama, the happiest day. Merry, Merry Christmas to you and yours. From me and the entire fam. Look how many people are here. It must be for the observation deck, huh? So that must be one of the few big things open today. So many things we've walked by today have been closed, but that line goes back quite far. On our right, beautiful Radio City Music Hall. And if you've never seen inside of it, look up pictures of Radio City Music Hall. It really is stunning. I mean, all of Rockefeller Center is gorgeous, but look up some pictures of Radio City Music Hall. It is really something special. Let's go see if we can get across the street, see a few Christmas sights on 6th Ave. Coming to the end of our stream a little bit. But it's such a beautiful day, we have a little more battery. Network is doing all right, looks like. So when in Rome. I'll try to cross the street when I can. We don't have the light right now. Got a few Christmas decorations and baubles for us to see. on today, Christmas Day here in New York City. That kiddo was fast asleep. I know that look. I know that look. Smart cookie. Parents were taking all the pictures. You can see them later. Tonight show with Jimmy Fallon. But today is Christmas Day, so we're here for decorations. And this one I think is newer. I don't think I've seen this one yet, or I don't remember seeing it yet. I feel like I would have recognized it.
But it's like big on.
What would you call that, a big apple? Seems pretty big. It's just so funny. When I left the apartment today, I mean, the streets were so empty. You would have thought everybody was sleeping in or staying in. And then you come to Midtown Manhattan. It's as busy as it's ever been. Oh, Lisa's letting me know we got a very nice note of gratitude from Megs. All of your chats I will read when I get home. We lost the chat on my end again, which just the app a lot of us streamers use called Prism has been a little buggy lately. But I will read them later. And Lisa is very kindly editing, sending me some. Doing my best to read and not fall down. It's so funny. All the stores are closed, but if you come to, so Ambrose, this is for you. If you need to do your last minute Christmas shopping, you just have to do it on 6th Avenue. But as we finish over here on 6th Avenue, we're going to walk back and see the Rockefeller tree. As we do that, obviously I want to share a note of gratitude because we had a very big year with you guys. We fairly recently hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. Can't believe that. That's unbelievable. Love that there are so many of you who like hanging out with us, joining our little walks around New York City. And we had some really big moments this year. In particular, the Thanksgiving Day Parade introduced us to, at this point, hundreds of thousands of people, which is really cool. So for everybody who watches, who chats, who comments, who likes, who shares, and many of you have even gone and kindly contributed little donations, some not so little donations. To every one of you for being along with us, we thank you. And from me, from Lisa, from Caleb, wish you a truly happy Christmas, happy Hanukkah, happy Kwanzaa, happy holiday season, from my family to yours. We're really, 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 really grateful to all of you for letting us entertain you. And likewise for you guys helping to entertain us.
Alright, ready?
This is the all-American Christmas setup here at Fox Square. And unlike last year, has not been burned down. It is still standing. Christmas remains strong at Fox Square. All right, let's head back over to Rockefeller where we will call it a day so I can get back to the fam. I have a Christmas dinner to cook. And as always, a mighty thank you to my wife Lisa, who, as many of you know, if I'm out here, she's at home taking care of the kiddo. And last night even treated me to a little hot chocolate to warm my frozen hands. So if you would be so kind as to say a mighty New York thank you to Lisa for helping make what we do possible. I would appreciate that very much. This is our first every holiday this year. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Hanukkah, Christmas. I'm sure I'm missing some stuff. Every holiday is my family's. With our little dude, it's our first. And I am grateful for that. I hope you have many things you are grateful for. And I hope you're able to share them with the people in your life that you love, and if nothing else with us, and we love to share it with you. I have a few recorded videos coming up. We'll probably do that for the next few days at least. So stay tuned for that, and you don't have to hear me yapping, you just get to experience the sounds of New York City. Christie's. And then we have not made a determination about New Year's, but I think there's a possibility of something around New Year's. So subscribe, consider hitting the notification bell since basically nothing we do is scheduled. Leave a like if you enjoy what we do. Comment. I love reading comments. You want to help grow the channel, sharing is a really easy way to do that. And everything I just described is free, so consider it. FAO Schwartz on our left. All right, friends, coming up, our last view of Christmas Day here at Rockefeller Center, New York City. The Rockefeller Center Christmas tree, wishing a truly Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy holidays. And thanks again for being with us, for hanging out, for making this year a really special and fun one. Keeping us well encouraged and motivated to continue doing what we do. A mighty New York City thank you from me and my family. And a Merry, 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 Merry Christmas.
We came to the Rockefeller Center, wanted to FaceTime you.
Happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. We'll see you again real soon.